The Golden State Warriors have done it again. It took them 6 games to conquer the Boston Celtics and lift the Larry O'Brien Championship trophy for the 4th time in just 8 seasons. And even though it was a supreme team effort, the dominant Warriors trio led from the front and made a new win record as well. Keep watching this video as we tell you everything about one of the most decorated trios in all of sports. First up, best in history. To be fair, this wasn't exactly an easy win for the Golden State Warriors. It took a few games for the team to finally find its mojo again. The Boston Celtics were also on top of their game. They managed to steal the series lead from the Warriors once in Game 1 and the second time in Game 3, but after that, it was pretty much game over for the Celtics. Curry, Thompson, and Green literally conquered the entire city of Boston. The 3 Warriors also set a new record for the most final wins by an All-NBA trio. The first milestone came in Game 2. The Warriors were coming in hot after losing the first game by a hefty 12 points. Things weren't really going well for Golden State. Despite having trouble finding the basket, Curry still managed to score an impressive 34 points. Thompson played 39 minutes and only scored 15 points with 3 crucial assists. Draymond probably struggled the most though. He did a lot for the team, finishing with 11 rebounds, but couldn't really put anything up on the board. And you're probably wondering, how is this even a bad performance? Well, believe it or not, this is how the trio looks when it's struggling. But anyway, it didn't take too long for the dangerous 3 to find their rhythm. And after their convincing victory in Game 2, the trio won their 18th NBA final game together, just one shy of San Antonio's championship record. And to be honest, Duncan, Parker, and Manu Ginobili are probably the only 3 players who come close to matching the brilliance of Golden State's 3 magicians. Finally, in Game 4, the Warriors' homegrown stars equaled the 19-game win record of San Antonio's trio with a stunning 10-point victory over the Celtics. When you think about it, Curry and the boys are not only one of the most decorated trios in sports history, but they're probably the best in the history of the NBA. And yeah, you might argue about Larry Bird, Kevin McHale, and Robert Parrish being the best, but don't forget, these guys only had 16 wins in the NBA Finals. Now, the game of a lifetime. The Golden State Warriors absolutely ripped Boston apart in Game 4 after Curry went on a scoring rampage. The Golden Boy easily had the game of a lifetime. At some points during the game, it felt like he was in a practice or something. No pressure, no emotions, no nothing, just deadly focus. And even though Boston fans showed up extra early to get into his head, the chef still managed to sink 3 after 3, finishing the game with 43 points and 10 rebounds. Draymond Green claimed he saw this performance coming after their 2 losses in Game 1 and 3. He saw the fire simmering within him, and it was just waiting to let loose, and that's exactly what happened in Game 4. It also put Curry on the board alongside basketball legends like LeBron James and Michael Jordan. Steph became only the 3rd player over 34 years old to score more than 40 points in an NBA final game. And this might sound a little harsh, but we're 100% sure you'll agree with us. If you're a Warriors fan like us, you probably tend to take Curry for granted most of the time. Like, we're 100% sure this guy isn't from Earth. He's an alien. His ability to go out there and win games is just mind-blowing. And it's only when he's struggling do we realize just how much of an impact the chef has on the team. By the end of the game, every Warriors fan in the arena was chanting MVP as Curry steadied himself to make a free throw. Frankly speaking, we're glad Curry got the MVP award, because if he didn't, we probably would have started calling it useless. Next, built to last. We definitely don't want to get too ahead of ourselves, but this trio is built to last. And if we're being completely honest, they give us a bit of the Jordan, Pippen, Rodham vibe. Do you think they can actually stick around long enough to win 6 NBA championships? We know. There's a long way to go still, but there's nothing wrong with imagining something like that, right? We're talking about a team who started the regular 2022 season in the worst possible way. A team that didn't even finish on top of the table and still went on to demolish everyone in its path and lift the trophy. If Steph, Draymond, and Thompson are able to keep the ball rolling for maybe another 3 to 4 years, who knows what could happen. But hey, we also got to give a lot of credit to Steve Kerr for making a trio that's built to last. It isn't easy to manage a star player, let alone 3. It all makes sense though. He's a 9-time NBA champion, 5 as a player and 4 as a coach, the lord of the NBA rings. Now, in other related news, wrong side of the conversation. Kevin Durant always finds himself on the wrong side of the conversation. Whether it's about his legacy, his 2 championships, or his time with the Warriors, he's always on the defensive. Now, there isn't exactly any bad blood between the Warriors and Durant. He actually congratulated the entire team on Twitter. Durant really seems to be getting comfortable behind the screen though. Anyway, it's mostly the fans that call out KD for how he took shots at almost everyone at the Warriors organization at any given opportunity. And despite winning 2 NBA championships with the Warriors, literally no Golden State fan cares about him. For starters, the main issue is Durant throwing shade at almost everyone in the organization. celebration. That really doesn't sit well with fans. Then he ran to Brooklyn after winning 2 rings with the Warriors. His former team lost to the Toronto Raptors in the 2019 NBA Finals. And a lot of fans started thinking Curry couldn't do it without KD. But guess what? Curry has now won 2 championships with him on his side and without him on his side. So his legacy has pretty much gone down the drain. Next, the greatest small PG. We were pretty clear on who the GOAT is for us. But apparently, NBA legend Charles Barkley still needed some thinking to do. We're almost a little shocked Barkley's list didn't have Steph Curry at the very top of the greatest small point guards of all time. But still, his pick wasn't exactly a bad one either. According to Charles, Isaiah Thomas was the #1 small point guard to ever grace the game of basketball. Both Isaiah and Curry have won 4 championships each, but Curry has just one edge over him now. He's also an NBA Finals MVP. And believe it or not, the MVP award alone made Barkley make some changes to his list. Barkley said it was pretty painful for him since Isaiah has always been amongst his favorites, but after watching what Curry did in the 2022 Finals, the list has changed. We don't just think he's the greatest small PG of all time, we actually think he's one of the greatest players of all time. Like, he's a 4-time NBA champion, all-time three-point leader, the first player in NBA history with more than 500 threes in the playoffs, 2-time NBA scoring champion. Do we still need to say more? And if all that doesn't make him one of the greatest players of all time, then you're probably just a KD fan. Lastly, lost all respect. We're going to be super real with you. Boston fans have completely lost all our respect after how they behaved during the finals. First, they chanted "F you, Draymond," after he was ejected early on in this series for committing a foul, and that too in front of their own and his kids. They got a lot of backlash from social media over the chanting and how they failed to respect Draymond's wife and kids. You'd sort of expect them to calm down after that episode. But nope. In Game 5, Boston fans had a new target, and this time around it was Ayesha, Steph's wife, with their newest chant being "Ayesha Curry can't cook." Alright, that doesn't really make any sense. Like, what does that even have to do with basketball? If you're trying to mess with Steph, then don't you think your players should do a better job on the court? Anyway, we're really hopeful that the NBA takes some sort of action against the Celtics fans for putting on such a poor display of sportsmanship this season. That's it from our side, folks. What do you think? Is the Warriors trio the best to ever play in the history of the NBA? Do you think the Warriors can squeeze in another champion or two? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Remember, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more exciting news in the future. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.